Okay, welcome everybody. And today I'm interviewing Robert Edwards. I'm really super excited to be doing this interview today. Rob is an absolute legend and he really has inspired me. So welcome, Rob.
Hi, Kim. Thanks for inviting me.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Rob's life story. So at an early age, he realized that he had mild Tourette's. So that was quite a journey for himself, going through many years navigating that, which would have been quite a big deal back then. Then Rob went on to complete a bakery apprentice and went to become a bakery manager in his mid-20s. He also loved a lot of sport and he played A-grade rugby league in New Zealand at some of the top clubs in Wellington. He then represented New Zealand in touch football and then went on to represent Samoa in the World Cup of Touch in 1997, making him a double international sports player. Then in 1997, things changed a little bit where Rob was then involved in a head-on car accident where he had broken multiple bones, including a smashed pelvis, hip and left leg, 7 lots of surgery, and then 8 years to stabilize some of those injuries. What a journey. And then the last part in that journey was in 2021, Rob went for an annual checkup to find out he had high PSA levels, and that determines whether a man has got cancer or not. The first thing he did was form a support group within his family called Team Edwards. So welcome, Rob. It's so awesome to have you here. So one of the questions I'd love to ask you is, what was life like before you were diagnosed?
Well, as you've just illustrated, it was pretty fast. I had a few mountains to climb with the mild Tourette's that I had. No one knew what Tourette's was back in those days, and they used to just call them habits. And my mum and dad and brothers used to say, "Oh, Rob's doing his habits again." I used to do all kinds of funny things like winking my eye, doing this sort of thing repetitively. And I just couldn't figure out why I was doing all this. And it took years and years for me to be able to push that whole thought process away from my mainstream thinking. And it slowly worked as I concentrated more on my apprentice bakery job that I had and sport. And I just pushed the Tourette's thoughts out of my mind. And I can't say that I've got rid of them, but I have a certain amount of control over them now.
Yeah, you had quite a lot that happened, didn't you?
It was, yeah, that was my first challenge. And from there, I think that strengthened me a lot to tackle any other challenges that were to come, including also representing sport at a national level. And that all came from my my Tourette's and how I learned to push back and to use more energy in things that I do in the correct way.
Wow, fascinating. And then that accident you had as well?
Yeah, and then the car accident, passenger in a head-on car accident on Sunset Road. They had to cut me out of the car, and I had 16 broken bones from my pelvis down to my left leg, and that was pretty horrific. And over the next 5 years, 10 years actually, I had 7 lots of surgery. The plates kept breaking in the pelvis, and so I had a lot of maintenance surgery over the years to come.
Wow, it sounds like it's incredible that you're alive from that one.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. True.
Okay, and then we went on to the cancer diagnosis. So how did things change for you when you got diagnosed with cancer, Rob?
Well, it was a major shock. And I know that you know, Kim, because when we came back from the hospital on the day that I found out I actually had cancer, with you living next door, you were walking up the driveway and I stopped and had a chat to you, and you were the first person to know that I had actually been confirmed with stage 4 prostate cancer.
Yeah. So it was a lot of shock, a lot to get your head around, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
And so what were some of the coping strategies that you came up with?
Well, I realized that I had to use my goal setting abilities to set some goals. And the first goal was to release the emotion that myself and my family were feeling. We were very distraught, very upset, and very surprised. So, you know, men do cry, and we cried and we cried, and we let those emotions out. And then after that, I was able to move forward and set my goals. And now, after my car accident and everything and the cancer, it was a real time to reinvent myself and launch myself back into music, and concentrate on music and the hospital visits that I had every week for almost a year, or every few weeks.
So there's a lot of gold nuggets sitting in there for someone else that might be watching this, that's just getting diagnosed themselves. That, like you say, people cry. There's lots of emotion. There's lots of grief. It's not just the person being diagnosed. It's the family. There's so much going on, and we need to come to terms with those emotions, don't we, at the beginning of that?
We do, yeah.
So then
Absolutely.
you went on and you documented your journey. So I see on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah. Yes, I use Facebook, TikTok to put a lot of my posts on, documenting my journey of cancer. I've always liked that because, you know, I like combining people together to help with problems in my life and in anyone's life. So I thought it was a good idea to, you know, to get our family together, and to all be delegated to certain things to help. Like Valerie, my wife, was a driver and did all the cooking for me. And she's a beautiful cook, and she really looked after me through that whole period. And my daughter, Annalise, was so fantastic. She moved all the way from Wellington with her boys to relocate in Auckland to be with me through my cancer appointments and therapies, with chemotherapy for 22 weeks, hormone therapy I'm on permanently, and the radiation, did that for around about 4 or 5 months too.
Yeah.
And so that's all finished now, and my family are all settling back into their lives a bit. So we're at a great stage of relief at the moment.
So with you documenting your journey, that was really about sharing your journey and maybe empowering others.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's really important, I think, that people know, you know, when you have a terrible disease like this, once you've you know, got rid of the negative energy that naturally comes, you know, then you can find out all about the cancer. You know, you can do it on Google, the internet, through your oncologist, the hospital. Get as much information as you can, and really just study it so you really know where you're at, and you get a better picture of your position. Yeah.
Wonderful. So the last question I'd really love to ask you, like if someone else had just got diagnosed, what advice would you give them? Because I mean, this journey is new for you, really. It's been in the last few years. However, you've been through so much. You know, have you got any advice that you would give to someone who's just been diagnosed and they really don't know what to do or how they're going to cope? They're quite overwhelmed.
Yeah, well, I think the idea is to is, once you've found out, is to just very quietly, you know, spend a bit of time at home if you can with your family, talk about it, talk about the possible worst scenarios, and get them out of the way, and then realize they're only scenarios at this stage, then forget about them, and then work on, you know, little daily goals that you want to achieve. Keep everything going as usual as much as you can. Use it as an opportunity to grow. I know it sounds a bit strange, but we do grow through these tragedies and health issues that we have. And you can really grow spiritually, emotionally, in all those areas. Just take it easy, put a certain amount of resistance up against the cancer to match, and go with it, and pray.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, even some of the best friendships, like our friendship, you know, like I know when you go out, if I see you, I'll come out and I'll wave and say, you know, you got this, Rob. I really
Yeah,
believe
you've been a tremendous support too, Kim. Thank you very much over the years. You've been the best neighbour, and both being life coaches as we are.
yeah.
You've given me some great inspirational advice and some lovely comments right throughout my cancer journey. So thanks a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, and like what I was saying, just that community energy as well, where everyone gathers together. And just going back to like when I asked you about documenting your journey, you'll put a
Yeah.
post up and you might get like 50, 60, 70, 100 comments on those posts. And here you are, you know, going off to your treatment, and you're documenting that you're going off to that treatment, and then you've got like 100 people behind you. It's like, come on, Rob, we got this, go. So that communal energy must do quite a bit to lift spirits as well.
It is totally amazing, and I'm really thankful that people are genuinely concerned, interested, and motivating. You know, to give you motivating comments, and it really does help. You know, it gives you the strength to wake up each morning with a sense of excitement, knowing that you're going to have a lot of friends commenting and talking about your issue. And that's what it's about. You know, it's more, you know, Facebook is the main platform I use, maybe TikTok a bit, but it is a wider community of friends, and with that comes a lot more positive energy.
Yeah, I've really noticed that. And yeah, I have been sharing with quite a few people that I've been working with who are going through similar experiences, and just saying, hey, look, go and have a look at Rob, go and follow him, because it's quite a journey. And sometimes you know, it's really frightening and it's overwhelming and you don't know where to start. You know, back in the day, we kind of kept this stuff very quiet, but now when you've got someone documenting their journey, it's like, it's almost like they know you. You know, like a lot of people maybe on your Facebook page don't actually physically know you personally, but they do, and they see you as an inspiration. And I always believe that, you know, there's someone inspiring us, there's someone ahead of us, and there's always a whole lot of people behind us that need to actually hear our story and need to hear our inspiration.
Yeah, lovely words. That's so true, Kim. So true. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Rob, for the interview and just being so honest about this journey. It's really, truly inspirational. So we're going to share this video. So if this interview resonates with you or someone you know, you'll be able to share this wherever you like. Please, we really encourage you to share it so we can get the word out about Rob and his journey, and hopefully we can inspire some other people as well. All right. Thank you so much, Rob.
You're most welcome, Kim. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye.
Bye.